Hello guys, in this video we are looking at how to simplify surds. The idea is to simplify surds as fast as possible. Let's consider the square root of 32. Now, to simplify the square root of 32, the first step is to split 32 into two of its factors. One of these factors has to be a perfect square. So we need to consider the factors of 32. The factors of 32 are, besides 1 and itself, 2, 4, 8, and 16. We do have for 32 two factors that are square numbers, 4 and 16. So the square root of 32 can be written as the square root of 4 times 8 or the square root of 16 times 2. So let's see how we can simplify the square root of 32 in both cases. Starting with root 4 times 8. We can split this into the square root of 4 times the square root of 8. The square root of 4 is 2. 8 is not a perfect square, so let's leave it under the square root sign. So we have the square root of 32 is equal to 2 root 8 or 2 times root 8. But we can simplify root 8 to the square root of 4 times 2. So we have root 32 is equal to, let's check down this 2 times the square root of 4 times 2. We know that the square root of 4 is 2, so we take it outside the square root sign. Times root 2 cannot be simplified further. That gives us the square root of 32 is equal to 2 times 2 times the square root of 2. 2 times 2 is 4, so we have 4 times root 2. That is 4 root 2. Let's check the other one on the right hand side, where we simplified root 32 to square root of 16 times 2. This is equal to square root of 16 times square root of 2. We know that the square root of 16 is 4 times, we cannot simplify root 2 further. So we're going to write it down as root 2. So we have the square root of 32 is equal to 4 times root 2. That is 4 root 2. So we have the same solution. Now the trick when simplifying surds, if you want to reduce time and probably energy, is to split the given number into two of its factors. One of these factors has to be a perfect square, and we have to pick the highest factor, which is a perfect square. 16 times 2 we have for 32. Let's look at the square root of 200. 200 has many factors that are perfect squares. 4, 25, 100. So we pick the highest of these, that is 100. Now we can write the square root of 200 is equal to the square root of 100 times 2. The square root of 100 is 10. So we take it outside the square root sign. Root 2 cannot be simplified. So the square root of 200 is 10 times root 2. That is 10 root 2. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit the notification button for more videos.